Hi, I'm Virginia, and the book that I chose to read this week was Dear Mr. Henshaw by Beverly Cleary. It is illustrated by Paul Zelinsky, and it was published by William Morrow and Company in 1983 and was a 1984 Newbery Award winner. This book is about a boy named Lee Botts, and when he is in second grade, he is read a story that he really loves, and it becomes his favorite book, and it is written by Mr. Henshaw. He loves this book so much that he starts to write to Mr. Henshaw, and he writes to him frequently over several years. Fast forward until he is in sixth grade, and his life is changing quickly. He lives with his mom after his parents are divorced, and he is also a new kid in a new school, and so things are kind of rough for him. One day in school, his teacher assigns them an assignment to write to an author, and since he has been writing to Mr. Henshaw already, he decides he's going to write to him again. And as he starts to write to him, more and more of his life challenges start to show up. And so Mr. Henshaw suggests that he start a diary to write down his thoughts. And so Lee starts to do that, and through writing down his thoughts and reading what he writes and thinking about it, he becomes a much better writer. And later in the story, he gets an award and for his writing, and he also is encouraged by another author to continue what he's doing because it is improving his writing skills. This book had some really simple pencil drawing illustrations. There wasn't a whole lot of illustrations, but the ones that they did have had a lot of depth to them and a lot of detail. I would suggest reading this book to children because it does show that we can overcome a lot of the trials in our life that we think maybe are a big deal at the time, and maybe they're not such a big deal if we really focus on the positive. I worked with a lot of children from broken homes before in the past, and to just always point out the positive and what they can control in their life has really helped them a lot in viewing life in a more positive manner. An activity that I would like to do with my children in the story, the Mr. Henshaw, the author, asks Lee some questions about himself, and just so he can get to know Lee a little bit better. And so I think it would be fun to do similar questions with two students. I would pair them up, and they would answer these a little bit more personal questions, just simple about yourself questions. And then they would share those with each other so that they could get to know their classmate better. This is my reflection, and have a good day.